What up, internet? It's Dylan Alexander. Thanks for watching. Just chopping up some real game with a real one. And today I wanted to talk about how nobody really cares about us at the level that we would like them to. This is just a fact that, especially men, we have to accept this very early. I don't know about y'all, but this is a realization that I had pretty early. I would say about, I don't know, elementary to middle school, somewhere around there, where it really hit me that, yeah, nobody cares about me like that. Except for maybe my mom. You think your mom, cares, and, she does. But as you get older, you realize, damn, even my mom, she don't really care about me as much as I thought. Not to say she don't love me, but I'm not the top of her priority. Once you hit a certain age, you're on your own, buddy. And so it's a kind of spooky thought to have. But on the same coin, it is a very freeing thought to realize. Because when you realize nobody really cares about you at the level that you wish you did when you're like a child, right? You almost feel like invisible, to where like you can kind of operate fully without being judged or critiqued at the level you think so much when you are delusional to think that people really care about you so much. You really have this like, man, I can do what I want. Because nobody's out here checking for me like that. Nobody's waking up every day like, man, what's Dylan doing? Is he going to work every day? What did he post on social media? Who is he dating? What decisions has he made lately? How much money is in his bank account? No. Nobody cares about none of that, man. And me personally, I look at it as a gift from God. It's a beautiful, freeing feeling. Rather than looking at it like, oh, woe is me. Damn, nobody cares about me. Because it is a little bit of that. It's a little bit of that where you're like, damn, nobody cares about me. Damn, nobody's checking up on me. Except you got your homies and stuff. Hopefully you got some friends and family that does check up on you. But at the end of the day, man, nobody cares about you like that. Because we all got to be selfish out here, man. We all got our own problems to worry about. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's funny, man. I remember when I used to really, and I got a joke about like stealing, when I used to steal from like Walmart and stuff. And this same concept of like nobody cares about me like that, or everybody's just focused on their self and they're locked in. And I used to take advantage of that because I would be like, man, all these employees in this big ass Walmart are focused on their little tasks. They're not really watching me and seeing what I'm up to. And I'd be like, man, it's easy to just get away with just like stealing a little bit here and there. I'm not encouraging any stealing or nothing. I'm just saying this is what my thought process was. And I was able to take advantage of that. Yeah, like, man, they're not checking for me, man. They're not looking at how I'm fake ringing up things and you know what I'm saying? None of that. Anyways, that kind of relates to what I'm saying. But I say all of this to say that because of the fact that nobody cares about you like that is the same reason why you should care about yourself the most. You should be prioritizing how much you care about yourself. Because nobody else cares about you like that, man. Nobody cares. Like, for example, if you're going through some kind of, you injured yourself, you're in the hospital, or you got an illness, God forbid, and you got a pain, you got some kind of pain that's hard to like figure out what it is. Like, you are responsible for resolving that issue of your pain or whatever disease or whatever you have. Like, The doctors can do so much. You can tell them all the symptoms you have. You can describe it as best as you can, but at the end of the day, they don't know exactly how much pain you're in or where it is exactly. You got to like help them help you. But they're going to only be able to like, hopefully they can get to the solution and solve it. But God forbid it's like something complicated. Like you got to really figure that out. It's up to you if you want to get rid of that pain or resolve any issues going on with yourself. Right? We can only get advice from others. We can only like relate things to others and see how it is, but it's your responsibility to make sure you're at your best. And this is something that helps me with my life, and I feel extremely in charge of myself. Like I'm the boss of my life. I'm like my own coach. I'm my own parent. I'm constantly like, I talk to myself all the time, every day. I'm always talking to myself in my head or out loud. Right? Like if there was a hidden camera in my spot, I would look like a madman, like a crazy person, because I'm just having conversations with myself. Sometimes I'm just saying random shit. I might laugh at something I say and just like, it's like I'm my best friend, but I'm also checking myself and constantly telling myself to do better. And you know, I notice whenever I get off track in life and I notice I'm like veering off track, that I'll be the one to like check myself and recognize that and be like, hey man, we're slipping right now. We need to get on point. All right. So to get on point, this is what I need to do. This is what we need to do. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Let's go. Do this, do that. Come on. I know the steps to get back on track. And I follow my orders because I know that I got my best interest at heart. And that's what every man should be on, man. And when you're like that, it's easy for you to be a leader of others, to be a leader of other men, of women, your family, because you're already leading yourself, right? So when you're leading yourself, it's easy to lead others because you already know where you're going. You got the answers. You got the blueprint, and you know where you're going, right? It's like you're the captain of a ship that's on this voyage, and everybody on the ship they're trusting you because you the one with the blueprint. You got the path, the direction. And it's very important to be very sharp and be able to, to be able to look after yourself, because once you do that, it's like you can help other people more easily. And people trust you. They know you got the goods, you got the answers. But man, if you don't prioritize that, you're going to be lost just like most other people out here. And trust when I tell you, man, most people are lost out here tremendously. And in fact, there's a lot of people even online giving advice and stuff that are lost themselves. And it's up to you to be responsible, to be able to decipher from all the nonsense out here, because it's easy to get off track listening to certain people giving bad advice. And you got to be able to know, hey, is this good advice? Can I apply this to my life or what my situation I'm trying to apply this to? Because it doesn't take much to get off track. You know, if you're like the example of the captain on the ship, you know, if you're got a destination on this journey on this ship, and you know where to go, but if you veer off the path by even an inch or two, you can find yourself later miles down the journey you're way off track by like miles. All because you were off by a few inches way back there. You understand? So that's why it's important to be able to trust yourself, man, and be able to put your thoughts first. Prioritize yourself and your plan first, because you are looking after you to the utmost, right? You're the one that's looking after you. So you can't be out here just taking things for face value if it doesn't directly apply to your situation. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say, man, don't get lost in the sauce out here, because there's a lot of confusion and it's easy to get off track and find yourself on a path that you're not supposed to be on, all because you're not looking after yourself and trusting yourself first. I've been guilty of it, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have. And you be doing something for a year or two. Next thing you know, you look up, man, you're like, man, what am I doing? And you just gotta shut it all down. Like, no, we not on this no more. I'm tripping. And it's up to you to be able to recognize that and check it and nip it in the bud ASAP so you can get back on track, man. Prioritize yourself and watch how the world unfolds, because you're looking after you. And the world is just waiting for people to be proactive. People that care about themselves and their intentions. And it just opens up these opportunities and possibilities, and things are going smooth. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just a reminder, man. Just put yourself first, because if not, man, nobody else will. All right. So I hope this message helps you, man. If it does, man, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, leave a like. It helps with the algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't, man. I got more stuff on the way. But I appreciate y'all watching, man, and y'all have a good day. Peace.